Now, I want to say thank you to all the people that are very concerned for me about doing this interview. And I know there's certain things that you take on a certain amount of risk doing when you interview people of this sort. But with me, I felt like this show is about opening people's eyes to the things that are around them in this world, especially something as ingrained in our culture as the drug trade. So I believe this interview had to be done to shine some light on something that not only affects our culture so much, but also affects the economy here in the United States and in Mexico. So I want to bring to you guys this eyes open exclusive interview of how I interviewed a drug trafficker. So let's take a look. So I'll start this out by saying this was definitely one of the most unnerving things that I've ever done. One, I usually don't do interviews in person, especially not at the place they want me to meet at. But this was just definitely, the whole experience was very surreal when I was in it. Just based on the people that this guy was with. And me being a person that has grown up in areas around the border and has been around people like this, there's a certain type of aura, so to speak, that comes off these people that you can just feel. And it's cold and it's creepy. But, nonetheless, did what I had to do. There are some unsettling moments, as you guys will see. But let's go ahead and get into the interview, and I'm going to explain a little bit about it as we go. So he set the rules. I could only film what he allowed. No face, just his gloved hands. And when I got there, it was very eerie. The guy had, like I had said, this presence. He didn't have to threaten me. The whole situation did. You could just feel it. Like you're being watched, even when you're not, especially with his guys that were standing around. But there were certain questions, no matter how scary it was at times, I just had to ask them. So why did you reach out? What do you want people to know?
Messages, errands. When things got more serious, I handled them. I was the one they called when work had to be done, no questions asked.
So you started off handling business for the cartels, but for the people that don't know, what exactly does that entail? Like, what does that mean?
Today I run logistics. I know the ports. I know the people. It's all about staying unseen.
So I'd imagine now you would have a bigger role. So what does that look like nowadays?
It's not fancy. It's all about knowing who looks the other way. We hide things in plain sight, sometimes in a truck of fish, sometimes in a crate. It's about knowing who to pay, who to trust, and who stays quiet. That's how it works.
Now, you told me how you climbed the ladder, but what's some of the darkest stuff that you've had to be involved with? Listening to Javi, you realize it's not just about routes, it's about power, control. And now what happens when someone like him wants to talk?
When you're in deep, sometimes you erase problems before they grow. Let's just say some problems don't walk away.
So Javi, with all the control, do you ever think what happens if you lose it? Like, is there any type of exit plan?
There is no exit plan. You don't step away from this life. You stay in because it's what you're good at. I run things because I know how. If I stop, someone else just steps in. But why would I give up what I do best?
So a question I have is, if you're still in control of certain things, why contact me? What's in it for you?
Me talking to you is not random. Maybe someone's getting too comfortable, or I want the heat somewhere else. By putting this out there, I shift the game. You think you're just reporting, but to me it's a move. It keeps others on their toes, wondering what I'll do next. That's the reason. Control never stops.
Now, with everything that you've done, do you ever, think about the people that are on the receiving end of that? Do you ever think about that at all, or is it just business? In that moment, I felt almost a chill. I had to keep my cool, but inside it hit me. This wasn't just an interview anymore. I was face to face with someone who had erased people, and I couldn't let them see that I was uneasy.
People on the other side, I don't think about them. It's not personal, it's just the cost of doing what I do. They don't know me, I don't know them. It's all business, and I'm good at business.
You've taken all these steps, but do you ever think, like, what's the end of the road for you? Does that ever, like, you know, are you ever afraid of that at all?
Afraid? No. I know how it ends. Either you get taken out by someone or you disappear for good. But until that happens, I just keep things running. When the day comes, it comes.
Now, I don't want to seem too forward with this question, so excuse me if it is, but to get to where you're at, how many people have you had to deal with?
At some point, you stop counting. It becomes another part of the job. After a while, you lose track and it doesn't matter. You keep moving forward. There's no looking back.
When he said that, I won't lie. I was fascinated. He talked about it like it was just another day at the office. No hesitation, no guilt. The chilling part, that's what makes him so good at what he does. It's all just another deal. Now, right here, something was going on. I don't know. They were speaking in Spanish, but two guys were arguing about something that seemed to pertain with the interview that we were doing. And I got really, pretty uneasy at this point. A lot of what he told me off camera was chilling. Details that I honestly couldn't share. Just being in his presence, you could feel that weight, that cold certainty. I had to make the call not to air certain things out of respect for the gravity of it all. And in the end, some things are better left unsaid. Now, would I do it again? I'll be honest with you, probably not. Should I have done it in the first place? Probably not. But these types of things, no matter how uncomfortable things are in this world, it's up to us to, if we can't face it and each individual can't face it, there has to be somebody that's willing to cover these types of things. That's my job. That's what I feel like I was put in this world for, was to expose these types of situations. But like I had said, is it something that I would do again? I probably wouldn't. And did I take a risk? Absolutely. But it's just another thing that we have to understand, that these kinds of people walk amongst us, and a lot of people give it no other thought. And it's not just in the drug trafficking business, it's in the human trafficking business, it's in all types of dark places in this world that a lot of people don't even care to look in. But I'm always going to show the darkness in order for people to see the light. So as always, keep your eyes open.